Oh, that's new. When did I get that? Which one was it? Oh, I have two. Man, I am just the luckiest girl in the universe. Is anyone on my favorites? No. Damn. Alright. So, anyway, welcome to the stream. I just kind of felt like doing this, to be honest. Plus, it's a good way for us to talk to you guys, or rather, me talk to you guys, just about what's happening with the club over the next couple of months. For those who are unaware, we're actually shutting down tomorrow night, and we are going offline until the end of July because 3SSR has faced a lot of issues this semester. We've had a great semester in many respects, but we're also just taking some time off to fix up a few things, upgrade our systems. We're really excited to get a whole bunch of new soundproofing, which is going to be so much fun. Radio is looking amazing. Great work, by the way, Michael. We are just sort of tuning things down just while we do some maintenance, fix everything up, and then we'll be back with a vengeance at the start of semester two. And we've been discussing for a while, what we plan to do to make 3SSR even bigger, and it's looking great. Like, some of the plans we have are just fantastic. I can't talk about all of them just yet, but I sort of want to hint a couple of things just to build excitement, that kind of thing. What I might do is just join this server. Why not? No one's playing on it. Oh dear, that doesn't look right. KZG may have taken this server down. I certainly hope they didn't. But yeah, we've got a lot of awesome. Oh, geez, failed to join game. Good start. We've got a lot of amazing plans lined up for semester two. A whole bunch of collaborations with just as many clubs as we can get. The biggest one we've been working on over the past couple of months has been with the marketing club here at Swinburne. Those videos are going to be trickling out during the winter break, and we have almost finished editing them. I'm just in the middle of, not doing it right now, but sort of halfway through production of some very nice shiny animated graphics for it, which will look very, very nice. What else? Oh, yeah, we're also continuing our partnership with the Swinburne Table Tennis Club. They are currently organizing the Varsity Challenge, which is basically Swinburne versus RMIT. It's going to be great fun. They've asked us to cover that, and we most certainly will. It'd be great to see if RMIT decides to bring an RMITV team to the event to cover it. Because if they do, they'll have much nicer gear than us, and there may be a little bit of jealousy and sparks. People love drama, right? Yeah, thought so. Apart from that, TV is just going to be doing its thing. I'm wondering if I'm going to be queued or not for this one. Yep, I've been played in the queue. It's going to take a while to get into this one, I think. But hey, in the meantime, we can watch Terra Tiz Bob. No, close one. But apart from that, we're moving ahead with 3SSR live. Yeah, we're not letting the kids have their time. We are moving ahead with our Live and Loud plans, which are going to be great. We're getting some very nice fancy gear over the break for our TV division. They'll help us do some proper live streaming and live events with some really, really nice cameras provided by the wonderful Jonathan Lang. And apart from that, we're just going to be continuing to grow the club's equipment stocks, which will allow us to do a lot more. Definitely during semester 2, we're going to try and do as many live radio broadcasts as we can. Because that's always good fun. And Jesus, countdown. And we're at this point we will be present at Open Day, which is awesome. Open Day is always really tiring, but apart from that, Open Day is a great opportunity for us to sort of look at the potential new members we might get once they join Swinburne, either the following year or 2 years after that. And we will have a massive presence at both Orientation Week and Welcome Back Week, especially Clubs Day. And we're going to have some big announcements for that sort of later in July. If you'd like to be part of the team that's organizing all of the materials, marketing materials, logos, banners, all that kind of thing, then by all means reach out to us and we'll bring you on board. The other thing we can guarantee is that you get to come to meetings, and at meetings I make chicken parma garlic bread, which is as amazing as it sounds. I'll try and work out how to make a vegan version of that at some point. What else? We have a TV creative meeting for the 28th of June. So that is going to be, if you're a current member or want to be part of the TV crew, and that's just going to be us coming together, talking about the projects we've done so far this year, and also proposals for content that we want to make over the next couple of months. And our TV production manager, Ricky, is going to be conducting that. It's going to be great. We're going to be getting some pizza and pretty much anything else we can think of. Should be fun. Messages and all that. So if you have any ideas on videos that you want to make, or if you want to be a part of ideas that are already sort of in the writing process or in the production process, then come along. That was a good suggestion. It's having so much fun just waiting for people to leave. I think I might just jump in a different server. That's the problem with these retake servers. They have a capacity, but they don't really. I don't know what I was saying. Cool. I'm probably going to be stuck in a queue for this one too, because my luck. It's Overpass. Overpass is nice. Except for bomb retakes. Oy, difficult. B is an absolute nightmare to retake. You heard it here. Oh boy. Let's alt tab for a second because that was a very loud and obnoxious ad that played. Something about in the house or something. Oh, look at that. I'm in a queue. Hooray. If only we had the network permissions to play pubs. That'd be great. Let's see. What else do we have planned? I suppose I can talk about this. We're doing a redesign of the club's branding and marketing. So we're just giving a refresher to our main logo and to sort of our division logos and all that. And we're always up for more submissions. So if you want to do like maybe just a draft for us, or if you just want to look at the design brief and sort of formulate some ideas, and email us and we'll get you that design brief, because we're really keen to give the club a refresh for semester 2. Just to come back, new look, and wow. Okay, let's mute that guy. Actually, no, let's just do voice enable 0. The greatest command in the history of the console. Oh, nice shot. Not bad. Oh, they don't have it. That's a shame. Man, I still do not get in. I wish this this server had that that config that if someone has a ping higher than 150, they got kicked. That's annoying. Playing with anyone with a ping higher than 200 is just the worst. Well, so far this is turning out fun. Let's see. What other plans do we have for the rest of the year? We're definitely going to be holding quite a few more events. It's going to be good. Oh, yeah, I'm actually playing now. The emphasis we're putting on our operations during semester 2 is greater engagement with our members and other clubs, as we believe that sort of being more deeply embedded in the Swinburne community will help us in the long run, particularly when it comes to us sort of fundraising and engaging with both Swinburne students and the university itself. We think that building relationships is a good way to sort of move forward in the future. In the past couple of years, it's sort of been a little bit spotty with how we deal with other clubs and Swinburne entities. But this semester, we really want to patch things up and sort of expand the opportunities that we can extend to our members. Because at the end of the day, it's all about engaging with the community around Swinburne and sort of allowing our members to really apply themselves creatively, whether they want to be a presenter on TV or a streamer, shameless plug, or just want to get their voice out on radio, that kind of thing. It's all about us just sort of driving engagement and building opportunities. That's what the club's all about. It's also about just being there, I guess. I'm really not eloquent. I should have done a small script before this one, but I didn't because I'm an idiot. But yeah, it's all about just building what we can offer to Swinburne students, and this year has been sort of us investing a lot into club equipment and into the space that we now occupy at 18G. So it's less about us. Oh wow, I got wrecked. It's less about us sort of just building relationships because we can, or just to. Jesus, that was nice. Yeah, what was I saying? I'm very tired. Yeah, it's just about us building the opportunities and sort of regaining momentum, so to speak. Oh, I should not have just walked out there. I'm struggling to concentrate. It's very hard to play CS and do anything else at the same time. But hey, it helps build my public speaking skills, I guess. And also, how to work with all of these pieces of equipment. It's taken ages just to get the mixing desk to work. That is a nice skin. It's a shame I don't have a spare $200 to buy it. What a shame. Let's roll. I think my key strategy right now is not to walk out and get shot in the head straight away. God knows it'll happen anyway. Oh, let's go. Oh, damn you, Jinx. I need to change my loadout. Let's do for everyone else. And yes, I can receive orbs. We've sort of been talking, particularly the TV side of things over the past couple of months, about how we want to expand, sort of how we deliver our content, and that's why we're streaming over YouTube and Twitch at the same time, which is a real strain on our PC. But that sort of comes back to our operational doctrine for this year, and that's to diversify and build the other tools that we can use to engage with our audience and also with the Swinburne community. So TV's PC is very much the representation of this doctrine. It's taking a lot to stream on two platforms at once, but we built this computer to be able to do much more than that. And the good thing is it's handling it extremely well. That being said, I'm not handling it extremely well. Doing two things at once ain't easy. Oh, cool, we won. Oh, yes. Oh, no. T-side with an AWP. Oh, someone's coming from... Oh, I completely wasted that. I think I should probably turn the lights on. Oh. Yeah, I rolled the sleeves up on my jacket, what of it? Makes me look like I'm wearing a really puffy dress, I think. Wow, the focus is freaking out right now. Yeah, whatever. Gotta concentrate. Oh, damn, he got wrecked. This is the only thing that annoys... Wow. That was a nice shot. This is the only thing that annoys me about the office at the moment. The lights operate on a sensor, so I've got the blinds open at the moment, but even then the light is quite low. But if this thing thinks it doesn't have to be on, oh boy, it'll switch itself off. Oh, I'm not concentrating. I did. I hope I don't get shot. Oh, wow. Righto. Go me. Actually did something good for once. My body is ready. Oh, they were expecting that. You know when you get killed by a goat? I think, no, I was about to make a very inappropriate joke. Never mind. So going back to what I was saying about TV about 20 minutes ago, because I'm not concentrating at all, us driving engagement over as many platforms as we possibly can is key to our sort of plans to build the club up as much as we can, especially with how we're going to be operating on YouTube in the second half of this year and how we kind of already are doing that. Thankfully, we've built... Whoops, wrong way. Thankfully, we've built enough of an audience that we can now monetize our videos, and that means YouTube can be a potential source of revenue for our club. So we just need to provide the content. We'll be able to sort of reap the benefits of that, and sort of provide greater support for the club as a whole, because not all, like, we're probably not going to generate that much revenue. But what we can do with that money is sort of expand our services and our equipment. Is we definitely want to do that. Unfortunately, it took quite a long time to get some of our equipment this year, but that could be set to change this semester, which is wonderful. But yeah, we're thinking about the future, and we're thinking about how we can sort of what's the word I'm looking for here? More greatly support the initiatives that students want to see. Like streaming is a brand new thing for this club. We stream online for radio, but for TV, this is it's in its very early stages, and that's why if you look over the past couple of months, I've deleted a few of them now, but there's quite a few like live stream tests on the YouTube channel, and what streaming allows us to do is sort of reach a greater audience and also diversify our content too. Like in terms of gaming, it's interesting for us, and I suck at it. It's interesting for us how there's a potential to capture an audience that 2 or 3 years ago wasn't even there for the club. Like we wouldn't have even thought of it like back in maybe 2013, 2014. But now that we're sort of changing how we think about how we deliver content and what kind of content we want to deliver, we see these amazing opportunities. Oh, wow, that was bad. We see these amazing opportunities to engage a greater audience and sort of build our reach over many platforms, but also it makes us think a lot more about what kind of content we want to put out there, and we've certainly got a lot of flagships lined up for semester 2. The biggest being 3SSR Live and Loud, which I spoke to the union about earlier today, and they're extremely keen for it. And I got a kill, and it's sort of like the operating doctrine behind it is sort of what I sort of got out of my my brief tenure at Channel 31, and that's it. The more you can allow your members to do, the greater their resumes and their portfolios will be. And at the end of the day, 3SSR is about providing the tools, the equipment, and the personnel in people building their portfolios and sort of allowing them to put themselves out there and say, hey, look at me, I've got all of these skills from just university. It's up to date skills, it's in demand skills. Hire me, that kind of thing. And live streaming is just so massive nowadays. It's actually amazing to see just how much it's grown, and credit to Twitch for really kicking that kind of thing off. And now that YouTube and Facebook have joined on the bandwagon, it represents to us this shift in the way that audiences consume content. We sort of have this opportunity to be right there and then up to date. Now that's really tricky, but at the same time really exciting, because it allows us to engage with a much larger audience, but it also adds a much greater challenge to how we do that, because the technology associated with it, most of it is it's quite hard to work out, and it's tricky to manage as well. So we have this challenge of these new members joining in, and us having to teach them how to work with all these exciting sort of frontier tech, and that's why it's exciting for us, because we get to sort of be at the forefront of it. Like it amazes me that nowadays you can just whip your phone out and open up Facebook and then just tap one button to go live. Like that's pretty amazing. And that's just simple streaming off of your phone's camera kind of thing. But the kind of stuff we want to do, we really want to sort of push the boundaries of how we deliver content and what kind of content we can deliver. And that's why Live and Loud is going to be sort of our biggest flagship, in that case. We're going to be trying to stream over the radio and over our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch channels at the same time. And it's going to be both interesting for our members who are going to be helping us do it, and also interesting for the audiences, because the way I like to think about it is this is all one of our past president's ideas, and a fantastic member, Chad. Live and Loud is really his baby, and the way I like to think about it is we're sort of bringing Countdown back. Like, I feel old, but Countdown was an amazing show that really showcased Australian musical talent at a time when there really wasn't that much of it, and it really helped grow our music industry. But we're sort of shooting high with Live and Loud. Like it'll probably never reach your Countdown levels of popularity and reach, but you got to try. You got to give it a solid crack, because we have the tech to be able to do it, and we're getting the tech to be able to do it really well. But at the end of the day, it's all about applying yourself and working out the best way to do it. Oh, it's pretty happy with that. And if it really shows just how hard you can push yourself when you look at the tech you have available to do it, and sort of how you work out, work around some of the problems that it presents. The biggest one probably being that we're going to be transmitting live at this point. So the small frame, like the framework we have at the moment for it is a 3-camera setup broadcasting live on campus on the campus's bar, and it's gonna be really hard for us to work out how to do that, but it's also going to show sort of the tenacity and the skill of our members to I just got wrecked, to work out how to achieve that sort of, and how to, what's the word I'm looking for? It's hard to think and game at the same time, but it's exciting. It's both as much fun working out how to do it well as it is getting it right. So I'm excited to see how we can really push that, and show to potential employers, as well as our audience, that our members have the skill and the determination to get it to work, and that's what excites me the most. It's you should never sort of revel in the misery of how are we going to do it. Working out how to sort of get things to run properly is half the fun in this industry, particularly when it comes to live streaming. Live streaming is both really simple and really complicated, depending on what you want to do. And with what we want to do, we're going to be heavily investing in some very, very advanced equipment, and it's going to make it a lot harder, but also a lot more fun. And when you put that down on a resume, it's a golden ticket. Maybe not in Australia, but it certainly gives me hope that we'll be able to do some fantastic stuff. And not just that, but really showcase both the talent of our crew, and also whoever we're going to be broadcasting. It's going to be a great creative collaboration, and I can't wait to see how we pull it off. Oh, I just got wrecked. I gotta say, I tagged him pretty heavily, which is nice. That was an awful throw. Yeah, it might have worked. Oh, that was lucky. That smoke could disappear at any second. Should have been watching heaven. Let's see. I think I want to touch on sort of the operational doctrine of the club for the past 6 months. We've sort of been both. Where am I going? We've been both sort of taking a long, hard look at how we want to achieve things, and how we want to move forward in the future, because we sort of had to really think about how we want to change up the club to, in response to the shifts in the industry. I mean, today, hearing about Channel 10 going into receivership, that's scary. That's really scary, particularly for our TV members, because suddenly this access point to the industry is gone. And more than that, our sort of a long-time partner, C31, is also stopping broadcast at the end of June unless they get an extension, which I really hope they do. But we've sort of had to ask ourselves, how do we move forward? How do we adapt to these changes in the industry? And unfortunately, the answer to the question, for the most part, is well, how much money do you have? And we always have to keep in mind that sort of expanding the club's offering always comes at a price. And whether that's a price in team, like how big of a team we've got, or how we sort of want to operate, the question is, how do we afford it? And we're certainly going to be having to change things up, because though we're not a commercial entity, we still treat our content and how we operate as being of a professional grade. Because like it or not, most of our members are doing creative degrees, and we have to think towards the future of how do we help these people get employed, and how do we help them help themselves, and also help them apply themselves, and how do we make sure that their resume sort of has credible content on it. And wow, flashbang. And with all these sort of access points to the industry disappearing, we have to sort of reevaluate how we connect our members to the various industries. And for TV in particular, us having to move away from our partnership with C31 and creating a TV show for them, we now think, how do we, what platform do we use now? How do we continue to both engage employers and keep our members creating content that will help them get work? And the answer is YouTube. And that YouTube both allows us a greater creative freedom that C31 didn't, because C31 is like traditional broadcasting over TV, so we'd have a 23-minute TV show. We'd sort of have to fit the content around that time limit. And also the production side of things, we had to play by their rules. And what I mean by that is we had to abide by their sort of clever. We had to abide by their broadcast specs. So we filmed in full 1080p, but we had to compress it down to a teensy-weensy resolution of 720 by 576, which, if 1920 by 1080p looks like this, how am I doing this? It looks like this. Oh, look, the lights are on. 720 by 576 looks like this. So I'm not that great at math, but I'm going to say maybe a third of the size of the full 1080p frame. So not only was it sort of compressing what could have looked really pretty, but it was it was just traditional broadcasting. So in terms of creativity, YouTube sort of allows us to expand what kind of content we want to make and what we can deliver. And in a greater visual fidelity, which my face looks awful at the moment, which for us is one of the So one of the key. Oh, I'm not on the T side this time. I'm very distracted. I think I need to quickly fix the camera. And, you know, these sort of quality control things, and we want to teach to our members. I look very pink. And we want to pass on these little tricks of the trade that we've learned from working with content creators like Channel 31, and for me, it's been a whole bunch of different production houses, mostly on projects I'm not allowed to talk about yet. But I think the most exciting one for me was working on the Israeli Amazing Race back in December of 2015. That was amazing because I got to use full industry commercial grade equipment, and it's not just, you know, getting your head around how the different cameras work or how the different mics work or even how a frickin' camera crane works. It's more just these little tricks, you know, these little sort of methods of getting the best out of your equipment and, you know, your presenters and your I look very pink, and your talent. So we, you know, for me, it's particularly about wait, why am I back in the waiting queue? God damn it. So for me, it's about sort of passing on these little tricks that that some of us have learnt in sort of just being around in the industry for the past couple of years. Because if one of our members is doing like an internship or, you know, sort of going for a job, and they can sort of drop these knowledge of these little ideas, like, you know, how to properly sync a frame up or sync audio, and, you know, how to balance it properly, and what are some really good little white balance tricks that you can do, and what are some nice, really smooth camera movements you can make, you know, in context. Then that's, you know, that's something that will sort of elevate them above other candidates for that work. So yeah, that's sort of like, at least that's my thinking when it comes to how we work in TV. And you know, I've been having ideas buzzing in my head over the past couple of weeks about how we market the club to, you know, new members and to people who are already at Swinburne. And it makes me really excited because we have the tools and the and, you know, sort of the knowledge to really do something interesting, and that excites me. Like, it's going to be so much fun during July, you know, generating all this marketing for our various divisions, and it's going to be hard, but the challenge is part of the work. Nothing worth doing is ever easy, but it still excites me that we have the opportunity to, you know, do this kind of thing, to really show to employers and to the university that, you know, we have these ideas, and these ideas are pretty cool, and, you know, we have the idea of how to do them. I could have stated that more eloquently, but I'm very tired. And yeah, Tech 9. Okay, no, don't want to. Which is probably a crazy idea, but yeah, good man. Yeah, what was I saying? I think my dream for this club is something we talked about with the SSAA a while back, and that's for eventually this club being able to take on commercial work for entities like Swinburne. For us to, you know, show to Swinburne that we've got the talent, we've got the people who, ouch, that we've got the talent and the ideas and the manpower to be able to produce stuff like this. Yikes, that crit, guys, something to look out for. I'll just move the webcam. because I'm talking about TV, but at the same time, I haven't centered myself in the frame, which a rookie mistake, I guess. But yeah, I would absolutely love for the different divisions of 3SSR to be able to take on work from both university bodies like the Swinburne Communication Department. Jesus, I'm just getting destroyed. But I'll try and finish my sentence. I would love for our divisions to be able to take on commercial projects, because that sort of opens up the opportunity for them to both get paid and to have some fantastic commercial work on their portfolio. Which the tricky thing that faces people doing creative degrees like design and film and TV nowadays is sort of I don't want to say unrealistic expectations, but the expectations of employers in terms of experience and portfolio. I wish more lecturers, and I am getting just destroyed right now. I wish more lecturers would sort of drop the idea that, hey, you guys really need to build your portfolio. Like, it's just something you've got to have in the back of your head at all times. And it's scary, because I've been trying to get work for the past 2 years, and it just seems like to me, so the entry points into the industry are a lot more closed off than they used to be. At least that's what I hear from previous members and other sort of tutors and lecturers here at Swinburne, and that you really need to do more to stand out in order to land these different contracts and full-time and part-time work. And it also, I'll just briefly talk about unpaid internships. The amount of work I have done for free is frustrating, and if I could, we dropped this idea recently. I wish we could pay our members for the work that they do. I really wish we could, because it annoys me that the opportunities that they might get once they leave 3SSR, it might be in a commercial setting, but they may not be paid for it. And that scares me, or they may be paid very little. And I think that's something that really really scares a lot of people out of trying to get into the industry. So I hope to try and remedy that at some point in 3SSR's future. Ah, Jesus. I'm just doing awful at the moment. I think us sort of positioning ourselves as a really great place to be for our members is our first priority. And if I wish we had enough of a budget to pay our members for the work that they do, but for now it's always a struggle to incentivize doing work, particularly when they're doing that work for free. And you have to, that was awful aim. You sort of have to think outside the box about how you get people in, and how you sort of communicate with them what you want out of something. And I wish the job market in Australia was different at the moment, but the reality is we sort of face an uphill battle. Oh wow. We face an uphill battle where the expectations of employers has to be met with sort of putting the hard yards in and not for much in return. And I really wish it was different, but there's not really much you can do about that. So you just sort of... This is actually getting pretty frustrating, how imbalanced the teams are right now. I think it's just this, Bremo and Spiz are just completely wrecking everyone. Did they scramble the teams? Yeah, they did. But they just put the other guys on the other team. Right. I am just doing absolutely awful. I am very out of the groove for this game. But yeah, it's scary for us to sort of have to think about what we do in response to these big media entities like Channel 10 and C31 potentially going away. Like Channel 10 is not going to go away, but it's certainly not going to be, what it is now, maybe 6 months down the track. And C31 going away is very scary for us. I know they have plans to become a production company, but at the same time, students and other members of the community are really losing out on the potential to, do industry grade work in the industry, to work with industry grade equipment, and to sort of apply themselves and learn the skills from the people who have been doing it for. This is just getting annoying. Wow, 2-14. That is wow. I'm just completely out of it at the moment. What was I saying? Yeah, losing C31 is like, for us, it's losing a partner, and it also sort of we used to tout our partnership with C31 as being like, Jesus, a major draw card for the club, and now that that's sort of going away, we're losing out on the opportunity of connecting our members to, a fantastic organization that really does a lot for people who want to join the industry. And we have to respond to that. We have to sort of adapt to the changing situation, and how we do that is, we kind of have to work it out ourselves. We can ask other members of the industry, but the solutions tend to be, you need X amount of money to do Y amount of things, and money is sort of a sticking point for a lot of different projects. So us adapting to the changing situation in the industry is also a great learning experience, because we have to, like, we're moving into a project-based industry, and in Australia, we have a lot less projects than maybe America does, which is, I'm probably considering moving there once I've finished my degree. And we have to sort of work out, how do we change things up? How do we refresh our resumes? How do we change our skills up to be more appealing to, these different commercial bodies? And what I might do is quickly jump out to change the sequence order here. It's tricky for us. We sort of have to think long and hard about, what skills are in demand right now, and how do we adapt that to our current operational doctrine? How do we sort of teach our members, this is what's new, this is what employers are really looking for, and how do we learn these skills ourselves? Because one of the things that stood out to me is I had a really nice meeting with our course counselor recently, and he sort of said university is higher learning. So it's not so much practical learning like TAFE is. It's about learning more about the background of the industry. And the lights have gone off again. Gotta wave my arms like an idiot. It's about sort of seeking a higher understanding of how things work. It's not so much applying yourself physically or practically. It's more sort of the analogy I'm looking for is, it's sort of watching a how things work video instead of actually working out how things work using your hands. So watching someone else do it and then sort of applying that skill set to your own. And it's interesting for us to sort of change and adapt to how the industry is shifting. And social media is one of the biggest changes. And people go on about it endlessly about, oh, social media is this, this, and this. But for us, social media is a way to access an audience that, we maybe 5 or 10 years ago really couldn't. Like now, it blows my mind. Like if you told 10-year-old me, hey, one day you'll be able to broadcast video games live over the internet, I probably would have fainted from excitement. And now I'm doing it after like 3 presses of a button. That's pretty cool. And maybe 10 or so years ago, that would have been in the realm of, oh well, do you have a camera? Cool. Do you own a TV broadcasting station? No. Okay, you can't do it. So we've sort of we've got to embrace these new alternative ways of doing things, because social media is a very cost-effective way of sending out content. And what am I doing? Of sending out content without having to worry too much about we need to sell advertising, or we only have X amount of time in this segment or X amount of time in this slot to be able to talk about stuff. And so it's platforms like YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch allow us to sort of do more long form content. And how we do that is we sort of just have to think about how do we come up with the content, and how do we make it sort of the production side of things. How do we making it easy and quick with a minimal amount of effort or work, whilst also showing just how much effort we're actually putting into it. We've got to sort of have smart production techniques, is what I'm really saying. And it really comes down to so what kind of content do we want to make? What kind of audience do we want to tap into? And with social media, we don't really have to think about audience too much when it comes to communicating, because for traditional TV, you got to think about, okay, time of day, channel, what day of the week it's on, what night of the week it's on. Do you put it on like 4 p.m. to maximize that sort of 12 to, well, maybe a 10 to 17-year-old share of the market, that kind of thing. With YouTube, it's just put it up, and eventually someone will look through their subscription box and find it. But you still got to think about what time you upload it to maximize that sweet views. But there's less having to worry about it, I guess. So we have the opportunity to sort of alleviate that kind of pressure. But also, what platforms like YouTube allow us to do is what I was talking about earlier with monetization. It's hard for a non-profit club like ours to turn a profit. We don't actually make any money off of anything that I know of. And so for us, we have to respond to maybe different corporate bodies sort of asking, well, what is it that you actually do? And if we ask for more funding, they'll say, okay, is there any way that we could possibly get a return on that funding? And unfortunately, when it comes to student organizations, you don't want to have to say, oh, you probably won't see a return on it, but that's really the reality of the work that we do here. But what YouTube monetization allows us to do is potentially turn a profit, and that comes down to how much content we put out and whether or not that content is deemed appropriate. Because YouTube tends to be, or is starting to be, a lot more strict about that kind of thing. So we really have to think more about how we want to sort of push the club towards this this operating doctrine of less what kind of opportunities to extend to our members. How do we make money? And I really don't want to have to do that. But at the same time, you sort of have to consider these different ideas and avenues that you might have to explore for the future of the club. Whether or not we're actually allowed to do that is completely dictated by the policy of our parent company. And I guess that's part of the challenge, sort of showing to the people who provide the money, so the different ways of running things and how that could be beneficial is for the most part, it's hard to communicate that kind of thing. And it's hard to convince people that you want to do something like this. It'll cost X amount, and if they, ouch, if they're sort of running to a, wow, Jesus, just like last match. If their sort of company or corporation is running to this doctrine of, we need a solid turnaround, we need to be in the green, I guess. It's hard to convince them when you're Jesus, I'm just getting outgunned. It's sort of hard to convince them to provide you greater resources when in the back of their head they're thinking, well, what do I get out of it? And love and satisfaction is never a good enough answer. So you sort of have to show that you need and also deserve this kind of equipment or funding through actually doing the work. And that's a tricky thing sometimes when there's resources out there that that you think you really could use, but because you don't have the funding, you can't get it, and it's a really tricky situation to be in. And oh boy, flashbangs. That's probably a bad throw. That was an awful throw. What a shame. Oh crap. Hooray! Oh, I don't know where I'm getting shot at from. That was all me. So yeah, that's the politics of clubs, I guess, and being an organization that provides experience for students and all that, and how we make money and how we don't make money, and how that sort of affects how we run. I think how we adapt to the changes in the Australian industry really shows sort of the resilience of this club. Like how much we've changed over the past 40 years, because we're pretty old at this point. So, it's interesting to think about how our founders, like what sort of ideas would have been going through their head all the way back in 1974, and seeing how different things are now. Like color TV was still a new thing back in '74, so that's how much things have changed. And part of the sort of how we operate and how we're restricted is just how we adapt to the challenges of the industry. I think it's something that all of us have to face eventually. Like I was talking about earlier with being in a projects-based industry, how we sort of both seek the work out and create opportunities for ourselves defines how employers will see us or perceive us, and whether or not they'll think, oh, this could be a really good invest. Like, I hate calling people investments, but sort of showing our members how they can show to potential employers, hey, I would be a great investment because I have this skill set that's up to date. And it all comes back to creating opportunities for both yourself and for the organization that you work for or the one that you run. And for me, running 3SSR, I've got to think about how we sort of extend. Jesus, did you get him through a smoke or something? Yikes! How we extend this critical thinking towards our members, and how to stay sane. Because thinking about how to adapt to how fast this industry is changing is daunting and stressful. So it's very stressful. I suppose that's the trap of doing something that you love and being good at it. You have to make sacrifices to make it work, and that's the thing that scares me. A lot of people are just like, oh, why don't you study a practical thing like bricklaying or engineering, stuff that's in demand. That's because I'm not good at it. If someone comes up to me and says, "Oh, calculate the tensile strength of this bridge and how wide it has to be and how big the support struts need to be, and if it's a suspension bridge, how much cables do we need to get to stay up without falling over?" Someone asked me to do that, I would have said, I ate 3 Wheat Bix yesterday morning. I didn't think I could eat 3 Wheat Bix, but I was pretty proud of myself. And yeah, that's that's my analogy for not being able to do engineering stuff. Hooray! Employable. But yeah, it always comes back to the idea of how do you make yourself appealing to employers, and that's a constant, like, the question stays the same, but the answer changes every single day, and it can really stretch your sanity to the absolute edge. Or like having to constantly think about how do I learn new stuff all the time, and how do I get it out of uni, but also how do I learn it myself is very tricky. You have to think about how do I learn it, how do I apply it, how do I show to employers that I have this skill, and it's. Wow, I just got wrecked. What was I saying? Yeah, sort of representing your work is also quite tricky, because, like, it's not like I'm really full of myself in the next few seconds, but I do a lot. I'm part of a lot of different projects, and very few of them paid. And every time one of my mates is just like, "Man, you must have a killer show reel." Right, a show reel. I've held off on updating my show reel thus far this year because of just how much stuff I need to add to it. And you want it to be, ouch, you want it to be up to date, but also opportunities change all the time, and that's part of the chaos of this industry is. What kind of jobs are available at any given time, and it annoys me when I hear like entrepreneurs and that say, "Oh yeah, you can really make something out of nothing," and then you ask them, "Oh yeah, who invested in your thing and how much money did they give you to do whatever it was?" And they're like, "Oh, I got like a loan of 20 grand." I was like, "Yeah, I think I had lunch yesterday." Yeah, it's that ever present question of how do I create opportunities for myself, and sometimes I wish there was like a man on a hill with a gigantic beard, has this big book of answers. So it doesn't give you the answers to all your questions, like, oh, how do I get a job, or hey, how do I support myself, or hey, how do I convince this employer to not shove me into a graduate internship program and pay me next to nothing. I wish there was sort of this support structure, because man, oh man, I don't know all the answers. I just got completely wrecked. 3-16. Yikes. Talking and playing at the same time ain't easy, but even then, no excuse. I just wish that for us as students, we're so deeply unsure about, where do we go from here? How do we get to where we want to go? And I wish there was more of a support structure to sort of say, you can do this, connect the dots, that kind of thing. Because one of my favorite analogies / metaphors is university is like being lost in the woods. And you got to, I think I'm going to change server. You got to sort of work out how to find your way out, I guess. Oh no, not Jules. Wrong server. No, maybe a 1v1 would be better. But you sort of have to think about... I've completely lost my train of thought. I'm telling people to think about stuff, but constantly losing my ideas. You sort of have to find the pathway. And the pathway is not always obvious. And I kind of wish it was, but I guess then wouldn't be very fun if you just got all the answers straight away. But it would be nice to have, ouch. It would be nice to have a guide, I guess. Ouch. Man, I'm just playing awful today. Hooray! Oh crap, I shouldn't have changed guns. How close was that? 33 in one hit, so I only hit him once. Oh boy. Hooray. 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 Triple. Oh baby, a triple. I can't aim. I can't aim. I can't aim. I can't aim. I don't even know where I'm getting shot at from. Oh, wow. Couldn't even see him. Hooray. Actually worked out how to play the game properly. Oh boy, warmed up. Hooray. Oh boy, there we go. What? Hooray. What was I saying again? Ever since I started winning, I've completely lost my train of thought. Concentration. Hooray. Oh boy, this one again. 78 HP, so I barely hit him. That's depressing. Oh, I just got wrecked. I was speaking about earlier having to probably move overseas to chase work. Yeah, that really scares me. Leaving home scares me. Taking that gamble of going overseas to sort of chase a dream of maybe being employed and making money and having a comfortable living. That scares me quite a bit because the Australian industry is the size of a pea compared to the American industry, like the US industry. And I really don't want to have to go, but that's really something you have to think about when you work in a projects-based industry, particularly film and TV. And I'm doing an animation degree at the moment, and animation is a growth industry here in Australia. But by the time I finish my degree, it might not be. And I suppose that's the risk you take doing a creative degree. I think Ricky's here. Hooray! You sort of have to think about chasing opportunities. And look, it's Ricky. I have to plug in the other mic. That's on the focus, right? I'm getting wrecked. Welcome to the Depressing Jobs podcast. And you're live.
Not doing too well?
Nah, surprised that guy, but still died.
Fucking
Wow,
wrecked,
I
mate.
just got deagled. Hooray.
Nice work.
Yeah, I was actually winning before. Yeah, I was just talking about having to chase work overseas if we can't find work here in Australia. I was getting really sad about it. I was making myself sad about it.
Well, what kind of work?
Just creative work like TV and film.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, scary.
Australian TV.
Australian TV. Most
It's
of
a-
it's closing down.
Most of it's shit. Fucking Channel 10's going under.
Yeah, I was talking before about it's probably not going to go under, but
It probably won't. I mean, it's Channel 10 for fuck's sake, but
yeah, with it being under the control of Fox, it's probably not going to be the most open platform.
nah, probably not.
We could see a return of the Bolt Show. Hooray!
Just bring back
Because-
Good News Week.
Yes, Good News Week before the game. The Simpsons at 6 p.m.
Yep.
Everything that made 10 great. Just,
Yep. Make Channel 10 great again.
Yeah, exactly.
Hashtag.
I don't know what the point of doing this right now is.
Shooting bitches. Shoot that
Pretty
bitch.
much.
Hey.
What I love about CSGO. Hooray. I've been so inconsistent. Oh, I killed Jason Derulo. Maybe now he'll stop saying his name at the start of songs.
Jason Derulo.
Yeah, that grinds my gears.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Love it.
Oh, got it.
Nice work.
Thank you.
Is that like 3 in a row? Nerds.
I love how it tells you how much HP they had left after they kill you.
Yeah.
It's like, look, you sucked this much.
Look, you did almost this well, and then you died.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
I'm a very glass half empty guy.
I'm trying to be glass half full. Just trying. A little bit. just little bits.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Some dude's on 66 kills.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Granted, I joined here quite late.
Yeah. You're doing all right.
I'm pretty happy with myself.
What kind of map is this? Because you keep changing position really quickly.
This is a 1v1 map, so it's Dust 2, but it's sort of different variations.
Right.
Or it's got like the walls are closed off at certain areas to just like force you into an engagement.
Okay.
Hooray. I hate this one the most because everyone else is using AKs. I'm using the M4 because I'm much better at tap shooting. Else everyone is just like, hey, you're shooting at this person, then they just headshot you.
Yeah.
Power of the AK.
Okay.
Oh, so yeah, how 3SSR adapts to changes in the industry is interesting. So how we're changing how we operate in response to C31 disappearing is, it's interesting.
Independent production.
Hooray! Round draw.
We hope.
Yeah, we hope. I was talking about the money situation, about being this sort of like, not really sort of a community media entity, and being under a company that expects us to turn a profit. Like that's always an interesting sort of struggle.
I wish we could turn a profit. We get paid.
Yeah, I wish I
Great.
could get paid.
I wish.
Right now, I feel like I'm stuck in in one long graduate internship program.
Basically, yeah, that's what the club is.
Let's see if any of the other servers are online. You get to hear me record an audition for a voice acting part later today.
Voice acting part.
Yeah,
For what?
some third year animation project.
Oh, nice.
I might actually get paid for it too. Hooray!
Ooh.
Just chasing the money.
Yeah. Need that money.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah,
that
well.
dollar bill. Yo.
Yeah. Also, we're going to set up a meeting with the union about Live and Loud. I reminded them about it last week. They got back to me today,
Oh, cool.
and they really want to be a part of it. Anna said it was really exciting. So,
Fuck yeah.
yeah, it's going to be good fun.
So I was thinking because you said that
Yeah.
the mics didn't work when you had the audio coming into it from the computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I reckon the best way is to have that set up with the mics,
Yeah.
that set up as the audio receiving, have the out from that going into the two of those, left and right,
Yeah.
and then because that should be balanced out, so it should get stereo channels off or coming through that, which is good. So you won't have like left and right audio coming from different microphones,
That's always nice.
which is the problem with that is the fact that that's left, that's right
But
all the time.
yeah, it's mixed down to mono, which is nice. Like that, but we can only do that in OBS and Audition.
Yeah, and that's all right. But yeah, so we have that set up as our mic input, that set up as our audio interface from that to that sort of thing.
Mm.
And then the good thing with that is we can have that as our main audio device and still run monitors out from that, so that when we can edit without having to have cans on all the time.
Yeah.
So that I reckon would be the best setup.
Mm.
I really want to cable manage all of this, and it's really annoying me. Like it's just
Same.
there's stuff everywhere. And it's just like,
It's bugging me like crazy.
stop it.
Like all the HDMI and DisplayPort cables are just lying around.
Yeah, I'm still tempted just to go and buy like that cube storage thing and put it there,
Yeah.
and just put the mixing desk on level 1, put the PC on the top, and put like just cables and stuff down the bottom, and just permanently set up that, so we don't have to touch anything. So all your audio monitoring comes out of that. That's just for the microphones, and then we can have everything set up and make me happy.
Yeah, me too.
Because cable management, it does my head in. Can't look at it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering why our 100 cable ties didn't come in our order from K-Scare.
They didn't?
Not sure what happened there. It's not actually on the invoice either, so they
Bastards.
must have gone out of stock or something. Now I can fail at surfing because I don't know how to surf.
The first thing you got to do is say, "Hey guys, Leafy here,"
Oh yeah.
and then you'll be able to surf.
And I've not watched
that's-
Leafy in years.
Yeah. Well, he always just like talks about shit while walking on these weird maps that do stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't fucking know, man.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Nope. Either that or Scarce. Scarce does the same thing.
There's an anti-smoking ad playing in my ears right now
From where?
from the server.
That's fucking weird. Stop telling us what to do. At least telling me what to do. I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm healthy. Shut up. Oh, I think I've worked it out. No, I haven't.
There's no sprint function in CSGO, is there?
No.
Then I have no idea.
Yeah, there do I. All right, I'm out. I think I'm annoying everyone else on the server. I'm gonna switch to something else, I think, or I might actually start to record the work I need to do. Plus, there's only one person watching right now.
As always.
Someone named Carson Baker. Hi.
Had an idea for like a live stream we could do every Friday. Just talking shit about the week. Like if we do one tomorrow, we could just talk about like all of E3. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been wanting to do like a tear down of E3 for a while.
Yeah. Well, we can do it tomorrow.
Yeah, I might be in tomorrow.
No?
I might be in tomorrow.
I'm probably going to be in tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just because I got radio, and then I'm going to chill here, and then I'm going to go to the Astor and watch Grindhouse. Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
I might briefly end the stream and then come back once I've recorded that work. Bye.
Toodles.